Is it going to go live? Oh, there it is.
There it
Okay.
goes.
Says we're live. Hi, Jamie.
Hey, Lisa, how's it going?
It's going. Here we are. I know it has been a couple weeks since we've been on, so apologize. It has
Yes,
been a crazy month.
it's been
And
busy.
kind of like the life of a realtor is a little bit crazier, especially when it's a life of a realtor that has a life.
Mm-hmm. And a lot going on.
We do have a lot going on. So how have you been?
I've been good, just busy. Took my daughter back to college last week, so
Oh,
that was fun.
yay.
And just staying busy with buyers and my two listings I have going on right now.
Yeah.
Well, I have three, but one's property.
Right. So what do you think about this market we're in? I don't you hear from a lot of people on how, the market is, it's changing, but we're still not going to buy and what's going on. So what do you
Well,
think?
I think it's going good. I kind of like the change a little bit. So it's, my first time going through a change as a realtor, but I can see a lot of positive benefits out of it for like my buyers. I know it's been tough on my sellers because they were used to how the market was, and things aren't moving as quickly. So it's frustrating. I know it is for them, but I'm just embracing it and learning a lot, and it's good.
It is good. And I think it is a change, like, because I mean, like you and I have talked about it a lot because we're both basically, not real long-term realtors, basically very new still. But I
Mhm.
started before you, which I started before all the market change did crazy for the sellers. So I was used to negotiating and having fun with the buyers and going and looking at houses and every offer pretty much getting accepted on
Right.
every offer. Right. And now then it switched to that just was crazy. And so it is a nice change. I'm very excited because I mean, I know it's hard for these sellers because if you waited, which that means you didn't list it or you just recently listed it, you're thinking, oh, I'm going to get 100 offers and this is going to go quick, and it's just not doing that right now. And
Mm-mm.
some market areas I know are worse than other market areas, but ours is this, But I do think that I like it that way better. And everybody should like it better because I feel like even as a seller, it really does kind of give you a chance to breathe and
Mhm.
choose a good person for your house like we used to do and
Yes.
negotiate a little bit. It doesn't mean that you're not going to get what you need or want out of your house. It just means that everybody is going to negotiate a little bit on it, make it a little bit more normal. So, nothing to be afraid of. Everybody still
Oh
needs to
no.
be listing their houses and get out there as good realtors. We market that, right?
Yeah. Right.
That's what we're
And the
doing.
prices are still good,
Right.
and that's important. It's good for sellers and buyers. So.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. And
Mhm.
um and we together, and Jamie and I work a lot together in the field as well. So, we do see a lot of stuff that goes on. And the last couple of weeks for us has just been crazy with, catching up and school starting and, things happening and the kids and it's still trying to get this going. Like we were like really trying to commit to every Friday. And then every Friday it was like we weren't around. Then we were trying to get it on a different day. And then that wasn't
Yeah.
working.
Lots of family stuff like kept popping up. So that
It
happens.
it
We have
does.
to be flexible and forgiving
That's
too
right.
when things like that happen.
Right. So if you're catching us live right now, I really encourage you to comment and let us know you're here. Just tell us where you're from or where you're watching from. Give us a hey. I can see that there's people that are definitely watching and they're hearting us, but I like to hear and see who it is because I don't, watch it. I could do that because I have two screens now, but I don't
I
because I
do
get
that.
distracted. So if you guys are, we just do love to hear from you. And that brings us kind of to sort of what we wanted to talk about a little bit while we were on today. So Janet had kind of asked a while ago, like on one of our last podcasts that we did, she had asked if we would talk about how do you choose a good realtor and what if you have one and you're not particularly fond of who you're working with. And I have heard that before,
Mhm.
and out there, especially meeting buyers that are out there or people that are selling their house. And when I have conversations with them about what we do, which we think is normal because that's how we're trained or what we normally do, it's not really that normal. It surprises me how much, maybe some other people that are in this field don't do. So I think that's an important topic. So if you have questions on that topic and you're watching us, definitely put in the comments. We can comment on it while we're live and don't have to comment on it later, but we will answer your questions later if you're catching this as a replay. But
Mhm.
so what do you think, Jamie? I mean, like, I really would have never known what to expect from if I were selling my house, which by the way, I am doing now. So I kind of do
Mhm.
know what I expect. And it's weird because I would have never known before. I would have just thought it just was normal. Like you just put your house up for sale. I didn't realize everything that goes on behind it. So, really, what are some of the things they should look for that you think?
Well, I usually, when I am talking to somebody who's looking for an agent or, to either sell their house or buy a house, I ask them up front, what's most important to you, that I do for you? Like, what do you expect out of me? Because, they're hiring me for a service. So I want to make sure I provide the service that they want. And so I just ask, like, what kind of service do you see a realtor doing? And then I can kind of get an idea of what's important to them. Some people, it's very important that, I talk to them several times throughout the day and let them know, what's going on, whether it's good, bad, or no news at all. They just want me to communicate that, because sometimes there's no news. But
Right.
if they don't know that, and so they're waiting and wondering. So I just try to
Mhm.
like stay in touch as much as I can and just keep them in the loop. That's
Communication isn't it
Yes.
key?
I
I
think
think
that's the most
communication is key.
I think it's the most important thing that I have found from clients. And if any of them have complained about past experiences, it usually has to do with they didn't know what their agent was doing. They felt like they didn't care, about them, because this is their home. It's a big asset, and they're putting us in charge of it, and
Right.
getting it executed and sold or helping them buy it. So, I mean, I
Right.
take it very seriously.
Well, me too. I mean, in everybody's house, no matter the condition or how
Mhm.
much it's worth, is their home and it's their
Mhm.
treasure and it's worth a lot to them, regardless of what the market says. So it's important, I think, a lot of times as a realtor when we sit down, because I agree with everything you just said. Communication is of the utmost importance. I feel like if you don't have a good and everybody likes to communicate differently. That's
Mhm.
another thing. We are in a time of we do not pick up the phone and call all the time because that is not always what people want. They
Mhm.
want sometimes a text message. Emails work better. So I think right at the beginning of any relationship, so if you're looking to hire somebody, to sell your house or you even want to buy a home, just
Mhm.
don't just don't pick an ad and just hire them. I mean, I feel like you really should have a conversation with them, see if you connect a little bit, see if you have anything in common with them at all, because you might be with them for a minute. You sometimes contracts last in real estate for six months to a year,
Mhm.
depending on what you're selling. So you want somebody that that you're going to be able to communicate with, and that's important. So and find out and communicate how you want to be
Mhm.
communicated with. Like, do you want
Right.
to be send a text message first? Do you work all day? Are you sleeping all day long because you work nights? And I know Jamie as well as myself that that's something that we really do a lot with
Mhm.
our clients. And you know that's first. Now, it should be marketed. Your home should be marketed. If you're working with somebody who is not putting forth 100% effort to get your house marketed, meaning what's marketing? An open house. If it's on the market every weekend or maybe an evening during the week, whatever's available, you should be marketing that house. It's just not like putting it on the MLS. Oh, there's an open house. We market them. And we'll do
Mhm.
it together. Jamie and I work together.
Yeah.
We work with other agents as well, not just ours, but if there's a house for sale, even in our market center, we can market it for that agent. We will put flyers together. We will walk the neighborhood and
Mhm.
knock and tell the neighbors, hey, we're having an open house. Come and see us a half an hour before, maybe during.
Yeah.
To choose your neighbor. We'll also do like a Facebook blast and we try to
Mhm.
go live. And so it's like getting a whole nother person and their network on your house. So it's just not that one particular house, just me marketing. It's lots of people marketing it.
Mhm.
And we like to do that. We also make phone calls.
Yep.
We'll check and see.
Email. And
Emails.
we
Who's
share it with other agents who share it with other agents, and
Yep.
then
And
it goes.
are you looking for a house in this price range? Is this the
Mhm,
kind of rooms you want? So it's an everyday, like it's something that we'll do, and it's something we do every day. It's not just once a week or, oh, look, I put the sign in your yard. Let's see who wants to buy it. There's a whole lot that goes behind it. And honestly, I know we do work very hard for our clients, and it's
mhm,
important. I mean, we want you to get the best price for it, as well as it being seen everywhere. You want it to
mhm,
be seen everywhere. So that's something you want to make sure that they're doing for you as well. And if you're not getting that, then you need to have a conversation. I know it was asked, well, what if you already have an agent and they're not doing anything? You don't like them. You don't have to stay. I know even if you signed a contract can be broken. You have to go through the right channels to do it,
mhm.
and you want to make sure you do it properly. So you definitely just don't want to, oh, okay, I told her I don't want to work with her anymore. That
No.
does not work in this field. If you sign a contract with somebody, you are signed with them. So make sure that you know exactly what you need to do to terminate a contract and get out of it the proper way, so that everybody is taken care of, including the agent and you. Everybody needs to be protected. So you can't come back on them, because we all know what can happen if you just don't like your agent anymore, and you go out and find a new agent and you think, oh, it's no problem, I just don't, haven't heard from this person, because some agents will ghost you. You just don't hear
Mhm.
from them. They never email you. They don't show you homes. You tell them what you're interested in, they don't get back to you. And then they contact you and you're like, well, yeah, I'd be happy to. And they're so excited, they don't even give it a second thought. Then you're going
Right.
to show up someday, and some other agent's going to come in and be like, no, 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 you have a contract. So definitely be mindful of
Yes.
what you're doing, and how you're doing it, because it's important to everybody involved. It really is. But
Mhm.
um, I think relationships in this business are the most important thing, because I know, don't you hear, Jamie, how people are like, oh my gosh, we hear from the realtors all the time, or you're just calling people, or you knock on doors and, you'll hear like, oh, that's the realtors. But that relationships are our business.
It is,
So,
and I like building the relationships. Probably that's probably my favorite part of this job is I get to
yeah.
make new friends and build relationships, and I mean, I like it. That's why I do what I do.
No, absolutely. Me too. I mean, you get to call them. Like I tell them
Mhm.
all the time, like usually a relationship is so great. By the time you're done finding their house and you get them in it, you're just part of the family. I mean,
Yes,
you just
that has
coming over for the holidays, you're probably going to be invited to a picnic or two. It's just, that's the kind of relationship building you should have when it comes to, having a realtor. I feel like having a realtor, whether you want to sell your house or not, is important. The same as you have an attorney, and you
Mhm,
have a hairdresser, and you have somebody who does your nails, or a
mhm,
barber. You have people that you doctor you go to. You have people you trust in every single category of your life, right?
mhm. Yes.
So why would you not want to have a realtor? Why would you not want to have the specialist in real estate that for whatever your needs? I mean, somebody might pass away, somebody might be getting divorced, your child might want to get a house. I mean, there's questions. I mean, and
Mhm.
you should know. So you would call your realtor for that kind of stuff, right? So
Yes.
utilize them to the fullest, which always brings me, like Jamie and I like to talk about, to the fact that we have people all over the country that we're friends with,
Mhm.
and or connect with us on social media. You don't have to be in our neighborhood to have us as your realtor. So if you're watching us or you see us and you don't have one and you want to connect with one of us, feel free to connect, because you could be anywhere and we can still help you because we have
Exactly.
connections. So
Yes.
let us be helpful. So this way you're just not out there just weeding through the ocean, just picking fish. You're going to get somebody who we will handpick for you, or we'll be able to answer those questions ourselves.
Mhm.
So, I mean, I just think that's just smart all the way around. I mean,
I
that's something
agree.
that you should do, right? I mean, you're just not going to go to your car dealer or to some mechanic that you ain't never heard of before and give him your car and go, yeah, please just do whatever.
Right? No. Mhm.
I'm just going to leave it with you for a week. Let me know what's wrong with it, and I'll just pay you. Yeah, we're just going to
Right.
pay you.
No.
Oh, which is crazy. So, but yeah, that's a question that comes around. Have we have any other questions that we've had that you've seen, that you've heard of for the last almost, what, it's been 3 weeks, I think, since we've been on here at least. So, um, anything that's
No.
happened? I'm trying to think. I feel like there has been. I feel like we've had conversations with people that will be great conversation pieces to have, and I'm just not thinking of them right now. This is what happens when you get on
Yeah, I'm
camera.
trying to think of what if there is. Hmm.
Not sure. I had a commercial question. Do you do commercial real estate? Do you this real estate? Well, actually, on that note, some agents are probably much better at those than others, but any realtor can actually take care of any of your needs. Our office, for instance, like we have tons of other agents and trainers and coaches that help us through everything. So we're never kind of left on our own. Oh, I have had some extra people come and join real
You
estate.
have.
So that's been fun. We've had a lot of people showing interest in wanting a career change or add to their
Mhm.
career, which I think this is an excellent, excellent career for people to choose or add,
I
or if you're
agree.
younger, you don't have to be older to get into this line of work. Now, you do
Yeah.
need to have some kind of income because you need to pay your bills, but you don't have to, and you can do it kind of part-time. So
Mhm.
I had two new people join. I said, Keller, with me, so we can sponsor people. And I
Mhm.
like to touch on this every time we do this so that you guys hear it. But if you're interested in this and you want to hear from somebody, and you're not sure what brokerage you'd want to join, or you don't know any, reach out and have that conversation, because it's nice to have somebody to talk to or mentor with you when you're in this. Because, Jamie and I, we met after we joined. So,
Mhm.
but it would have been really fun to have met each other before.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I would
But
have loved that, but
right? But that didn't happen, but that's
no.
okay because we still work very good together, and that's the same as a lot of agents. You don't always have to have them, part of your sponsorship team or anything like that to work with them. You can work with them regardless. But it's
Mhm.
fun that if you do help somebody, like I would have loved to have like somebody local. I mean, I chose a mentor that was in another state, but if they had been local, then that been somebody that I could have buddied with and did some open houses with, and had been right here with me, which is fun. And you don't have to be. We still do the long distance. Like
Yeah.
I have some that are not in the state that I do sponsor, and it's fun because they still call and I can still help them and give them ideas and share marketing tips and things that are working and that kind of thing. But it's just nice to have that person that you can contact. So
Yeah.
something to
I
think
had
about.
I had several that were, seasoned agents that I have learned a lot from, and I know I can call them at any time and ask them questions, and they'll help me.
Yep, which is nice.
Mhm.
That's what I like about our. I think the whole community behind Keller Williams is great, but a
Me
lot of great brokerages out there. Not picking on y'all's brokerages. So if you're a
No,
realtor
I
watching
don't.
this, everybody has a great. You love them. It's like having a family. Everybody love their
Yeah.
family better. Everybody's got the best mom. Everybody's got the best dad. But but
But
it's
I do
just
like ours a lot.
I do. I do too. And it's just something that whether or not that's what you choose, it's nice to have. I didn't really get a conversation about that. So when I decided I was going to become a realtor, I didn't have a conversation. I kind of had a conversation with somebody that gave me like, oh, you're going to do great. This is what I did. And I just went with that. So I did that. And then I just kind of felt like, well, it would have been nice to really hear more, like, where do you want to go? What happens after you get your hours in test time and all that? It would have been nice to kind of have more of that going on. And that's kind of what
Mhm.
having a sponsor does for you ahead of time. So if it's
I
talking to
did
somebody,
I did
finding out
have
about
that.
it.
He
Yep.
kinda gave me the, like, you have to do this now, and this now."
Right.
I was like, "Oh, okay, okay."
Yeah. Which that was nice, right? I didn't get
It
that.
was very nice. Like, because you don't know, you're kinda going in it blindly a little bit like, "How does this all work?"
Yeah, I was just sitting back waiting. I'm like, because in the class I took, they were very specific as to we do not talk about these types of things in this class, and they don't, and
"Oh,
it's something they're
really?"
not, yep, not talking. They're very clear, like we don't bring it up, we don't talk about brokerages, we don't, and it's probably unfair if they did because you figure they have
Mhm,
30
true.
people in the class, and most of them are realtors, so they really have bank going on, right?
So
So they don't really discuss it.
you did your class you did in person, right?
I did in person with Barney Fletcher.
See, I took it online because I did it during COVID. That was
Ah,
all they offered, and
right.
so that's what I did during my free time and during COVID because
Yeah,
there was a lot of free time.
there was a lot of free time.
Yeah,
Hmm.
and it was on my bucket list of a career I wanted to do, so I thought, "Okay, now's the time."
It was the perfect time.
It was. Yeah.
It was
I
the
agree.
perfect time. Yep. Well, I mean, and under the circumstances, I mean, it worked out well because you got it. Now, I do not do online training well, you guys. I am not the person who could. I had way too many things going on in my life. Many people who watch these know, I've been in direct sales for over 20 years, so I
Mhm.
have that. I still take care of. My husband and I have a lawn care business we started down here. So a lot going on. So I was like, oh, I'm going to go to school. That would not happen at my desk because
No.
too many things would come in and they would just not let me. So I left the house in the morning. I went to a classroom. I did it for 2 weeks. And the whole time going, I can't believe I'm doing this. This is crazy. This is crazy. Lisa, what are you doing? I said, not you're gonna be turning 50 years old and you're gonna become a realtor. You're out of your mind. But
Yeah.
best choice ever. I absolutely it fits in my wheelhouse of things to do perfectly. I love it. And almost wish I would have did it sooner, but everything
Me
happens
too.
when it's supposed to. So here I am. And I just love it. And I got great friends from it and we do fun stuff. So we're starting to fill our calendar up with things that we're going to go do. So events are our thing now, right?
Yeah. And we were gonna go to one tonight if the weather.
Hopefully, maybe. Who said? Maybe. So if you're in the area in Loganville, Purple Madness is going on tonight. It's supposed to be, which is
It,
outside.
it
It's
is.
raining right now, so might not be able to do it because I'm not
Yeah, I
doing it
think
in the
it's
rain.
like 50. No, I'm not gonna do it in the rain either. I think it's like it's 50-50 right now,
Right.
whether or not it's gonna happen.
I don't know. We'll see. But it's on there. So if it happens, and then there's stuff like this morning, like we have a walking group now. Jamie started a
Yes.
whole group for it. So it is basically geared to, and you know what? You don't have to be local for it. You can do the same thing. If you want to walk on Fridays and, share in the group how your walk went and pictures, you can do that too. So we can invite you and you can do your walk at 7:30 or whatever when we're doing it. And we'll just share, like today they leave little rocks around. So we try to
It
get a
was
photo
cute.
op with the dogs that are not always very cooperative.
It didn't work. Maybe I need to start a walking Facebook page.
Yeah, we should. Or a
Do that.
group.
Well, I just did the invite. So I'll put together a page and a
Yeah.
group. And then those
And
who
then we
want
can,
to walk
anybody who
on.
wants to join us, they can join us in there. And then, so we're really going to try to stay true to that we're going to,
Mhm.
as long as it's not raining.
Yeah,
And
weather permitted.
yeah, because, nobody likes to walk in the rain. And we beat the rain today, which we did really good.
Yes, we did. I'm proud of us.
I know the dogs were very happy about it because
Yes, yeah,
they're,
Roxy's in here. She's passed out right now.
oh yeah, yep, yep. That's Coco. Totally sleeping,
Mhm.
totally sleeping. So
Snoring away.
that's what they do. But anyhow, that's one of the other things that we have on our list of things to do. And I guess really any business, if you're in the people business, which real estate's people business, direct sales is a people business.
Mhm. Oh, you froze.
Um, Insurance people business. There's tons of them. So you want to be in the people business, you got to go where the people are. So
Yep.
that's what we're going to be doing. You're going to see us more around where the people are, doing more events with more people, and we'll just share the success with you guys as we come across. But yeah, but that's really all we had to talk about today. Did you have anything else?
Not really, no.
No, not really. So we got on here today. We are going to stay. I mean, I can't. We're actually might not always do it on Fridays or get it
Yeah.
out ahead of time. We're going to do it when we can because it literally, like with the stuff going on with our clients, and a lot of times it's hit and miss, really.
It is.
So
Yes.
it becomes very complicated some days. So we're just going to do it as we can. You can always catch these replays, and if you are watching it afterwards, comment and let us know that you did. If you have questions, you have something like today, we talked about what we did because Janet wanted to. So
Yep.
more than likely, I'm going to send Janet a little card again and give her a little gift card and, something just for doing that. So if you do have a topic and we talk about it, that's a great way to get a gift card of our choice. You'll be surprised, and we'll be reaching out and letting you know so you get an address. But comment and let us know that you like it. Feel free to share it with your friends. And as always, if you have real estate questions, that's what we're here for,
Yeah.
to share. It's real estate talk. So we are not going to sugarcoat it for you. This is how it is. And we'll be happy to, happy to share. So
Yes,
it's,
absolutely.
so I bet you got a lot to do today. So
I do. Let's get to work.
we're going to get to work.
Yes.
But it was great seeing you. Thanks for
Yes.
joining, everybody. And we will see you next time.
All right. Bye.
Bye.